Just saw I was on mute. Hi, ladies. So we're gonna start tonight and get going. Tonight is going to be a webinar on common concerns from customers and basically how to deal with them. So the idea of this webinar actually came up this last week. I did a booth at my local fair. It was a 9-day booth, and over the process of 9 days, there was a lot of things that I was hearing repeatedly, like over and over and over and over and over. And I thought, man, if I'm hearing these, there's got to be a lot of other people who are hearing these questions as well, and maybe might not know how to answer them, or might not know that some of the customers are even having these concerns. So we decided to do that for a training tonight. So let me go ahead and share my screen here so I can get the slides I made up. Okay, so you guys should be able to see my screen. If you can't see the slideshow, just go ahead and type in the chat and let me know. Otherwise, I won't know. So, common concerns and how to handle them. Like I said, this came up with the booth that I was doing, and I was hearing just a lot of, well, my only concern is this, or, well, I don't know about this type thing. So let's just kind of delve into it for tonight. So the biggest one and number one thing that I heard over this last week was, I saw my friends on Facebook selling it, and their pictures look, and you can enter in anything here that basically made it look terrible. Now, I will let you know the 3 pictures on here are not unique whatsoever, not even a little bit. The first one's Tammy Faye Baker. The middle one is a mascara that somebody else is out selling. I think it's Maybelline or something. And the last one is actual spider legs. So if you haven't seen these pictures, they are pretty gross. But pictures look spidery, clumpy, edited. I had one girl just flat out say, everybody's picture who I've seen looks horrible. So this was how I personally handled it. I had one eye done with the 3D Fiber Lash Mascara and one eye done with a normal mascara that you got from Walmart. And when they looked at the 3D Fiber Lash, they said, well, all the pictures that I've seen are bad, but yours look really good. So number one thing, when you go out, make sure that your lashes look the absolute best they can, because people love to see them in person. Remember, when it comes to Facebook, yes, we're all posting the pictures, but when it comes down to it, believe it or not, some people actually think that Unique actually sends us false lashes, tells us to put those on, and then just tells us, just pretend it's the mascara. They don't really actually believe 100% for sure that it is actually our lashes and the mascara on our lashes. So they love to see them in person. The other thing is, do not post any pictures that are not 100% to your liking. And I highly recommend, if you've just gotten your kit, don't post the first picture that you just took, because we all know that you kind of have to get used to the mascara a little bit. You have to find what works for you. So I don't recommend posting your first time pics. I don't recommend posting your customer's first time pics. And most of the time, your customers really aren't going to send you pics that are bad either. But if you are tagged in a bad lash pic, absolutely untag yourself on it. Do not let that go on your Facebook wall. Most of the time, your customer's not even going to realize they untagged you, so it's not that big of a deal. Don't insult your customer and message them and be like, oh my gosh, that looks horrible, or anything like that. Instead, maybe you can message them and say, hey girl, I am absolutely thrilled that you love the mascara. Why don't you tell me how you're putting it on? And kind of maybe coach them a little bit to maybe applying it a little bit better. The other thing is, remind that customer that everyone's results vary. Some people may actually like the over-applied look, so to speak. Tell them to try it out. Just let them know, look, we've got this 14-day love it guarantee. If you don't love it, that's okay. Let me know. I'll give you your money back. You give me the product back. But just try to persuade them to find their ideal results. And after that 14 days, if they can just not find it, tell them to give you a call back. Or as you're going to find later on as I talk about, make sure you follow up with them. This was one of the other things that I heard at the booth a lot. We had this picture up. Everybody has used this picture. A lot of people would come up and go, I have seen this girl everywhere. Doesn't anyone else know how to put on mascara? Now, obviously, we all didn't have the 3D Lash Plus mascara. That's obviously not the case anymore. So I highly recommend making your own pictures. That was one thing that we learned in convention. Making your own pictures is really key to sales. It's 100% key to doing everything you do. They want to see it on you. They don't want to see it on somebody that they don't know. While it looks great, they still want to see that it's you on there because, for lack of a better term, your customers trust you. They're going to know how to get a hold of you. They don't know how to get a hold of this lady. The other one that I got is my friend, my relative, whoever has it, already tried it, and the fibers would insert, you know, flaking, not staying on, getting in the eyes, all over the face at the end of the day. One of the things that I would do right away is I always had a demo mascara in my pocket. If you're not in person, you can completely do this over line or online as well. You know, just in PMs. I would pull it out and I'd say, okay, tell me how you're applying it. Would pull out the 2 tubes and say, okay, this is the transplanting gel, this is the fibers. Using these 2 tubes, tell me how you're applying it. And they would say, okay, I am doing the gel, perfect. Fibers, perfect. And then they'd stop. I'd be like, okay, is that it? They'd be like, yeah. Why? Okay, you have to reapply the gel. Oh, I will say just about 100% of the time that I said this, they went, that's what I didn't do, because they were applying it wrong. So I would then respond, or they'd say, oh, I didn't know that. And I go, oh, well, there were instructions in the case. They didn't even see the instructions. So the other thing that I highly recommend is when you do sell it, if you're selling it online, if it's a random order that's coming in or if it's in a party, make sure that you message that person that's buying it. Tell them, obviously, thank you for your order. Point blank, thank you for your order. Add them as a friend, but then also send them an instruction video and just say, hey, if you don't remember to watch the video or you don't remember what was in the video, there's actually a quick insert in the mascara as well that has the instructions on it too. So just your best bet is going to be to try and instruct your customers as best as possible. But because that was one thing that it was just over and over and over and over that they were not applying the transplanting gel to seal again. Another one, and we've all heard this one as well, it made my friends, relatives, or my eyes itch. Yeah, we know that. We knew some people were having reactions to the green tea fibers. There really wasn't anything we could do about that. One of the great things that we have is we have brand new fibers, and we're now ophthalmologist approved. However, if you still get that where my eyes itch, one of the things that I actually was finding with some of my customers was they were going from very small lashes to extremely large lashes. And what was happening is their eyes just weren't used to it. They weren't used to that extra thing flopping around on their lids. So what they would actually do is they would have what I would call a phantom itch, where it wasn't the actual eyes themselves that were itching, it was around the eyes. So after about a couple of days, I'd be like, okay, try it for a couple of days in a row, then let me know if they still itch. Most of the time, actually, a lot of people did not have the itchy eyes anymore after that because their eyes got used to having those big, huge, long lashes. This was another one that I heard quite a bit. I'm too old and have no lashes. Those are for a younger crowd that already have long lashes. Or I got a lot of the, you already have great lashes, honey. You know what? Age doesn't matter. A perfect example of that age does not matter in this case is Derek and Melanie's mom. Obviously, she's Derek and Melanie's mom, so she's a little bit older in the older range, but you know what? As if any of you saw a convention or you saw the video, she rocks out unique. She loves it, she adores it, and she's not the only one. We have multiple ladies who are presenters, and even are at the top at Black Status. who are who a lot of that crowd would consider their age group. So just reassure them, look, this is not a age thing. This is for absolutely everybody. We have presenters who are in your age group. We have our founder's mom is in your age group. Whatever you want to, reference, age does not matter. One of the other things is, as long as they have lashes to work with, we can build them. There was a picture floating around. It was about a year ago when I first joined, and it was a presenter who had gotten cancer. I don't know what kind of cancer she had gotten, but she was applying it as soon as she had little lashes, and she was building those really big. So as long as we have lashes that we can work with, we can build them. Just reassure them on that. But most importantly, and this is the most important thing, if that woman already feels beautiful just the way she is, I'll flat out tell her, look, if you feel beautiful without makeup, that's fine. Then I'm happy, because that is our sole purpose, is to make women feel beautiful, to make them empowered, to make them feel uplifted, and to make them feel validated. So if you already feel that way, honey, let me give you a hug. And I would give them all a hug. Because when it comes down to it, yes, we do sell makeup, but we more sell a beauty of how we feel. So reassure them of that. And in their eyes, that's actually going to give you more credit, because it's not just you pushing any product that you can get into their hands. This is you telling them that I'm okay with you not buying my stuff. I just want you to be you. Oh, where did my slides go? There we go. So the biggest thing on how to make all of this work is follow-ups. Follow-ups is the key. Like I said, I had many, many people who walked up to me who were not happy at all. And I flat out asked them, I said, did you get in contact with your presenter that sold you this? Or did your presenter get in contact with you? 90% of the time, the answer was no. So the presenter who sold it to him just gave it to him and walked away. So we need to make sure that we follow up. That is going to be key in everything. I know we've all heard it hundreds of times, but I'm going to say it again. Follow up is key. So this was just a statistic that I grabbed off the internet. It came from the National Sales Executive Association, and this kind of shows how following up is going to be key with our company. 48% of sales are from people who never follow, or for people who never follow up with the prospect. 25% of salespeople make a second contact and then don't do anything else. And I'll be honest with you, I'm guilty of this as well. 12% of salespeople only make 3 contacts and stop. 10% of salespeople make more than 3 contacts. 2% of sales are made on the first contact. 3% are made on the second contact. 5 are made on the third. 10 are made on the 4th contact, and 80% of sales are made on the 5th to 12th contact. Now think of how many people, when you first contacted them about that mascara, that said no. Think of that number. Think of that number and how many people you did not contact a second time for that reason. Could you have potentially sold it to them later? Could they have potentially signed up later? Could they have potentially done a party later? Just kind of something to think about a little bit. When it comes to following up, follow up is absolutely key. So then it comes to, well, you know what? If it's that key, why don't we follow up? Well, let's be honest. Follow-ups can be scary. They can be absolutely terrifying. Hence the dentist chair for the picture. I mean, it's like going to the dentist. You never know what you're going to find when you get to the dentist. You never know what you're going to hear. You never know what they're going to find. You never know if you're going to like it or not like it. So you dread it. The fact of the matter is, we are scared to hear that our customers don't like it. That's all it really comes down to. We are terrified to hear somebody say, I don't like it. Why? Because then we could potentially lose our commission. We could potentially lose a customer. And then that also makes us question ourselves. Is unique for us? Are we selling the right product? Am I selling a good product? Why am I selling unique? It makes us question ourselves. And we don't want to hear that. So we avoid it, and we avoid it by any means necessary. And we just go, okay, not a big deal. We got that sale. We got it in their hands. Let's go on to the next person, because following up is scary. So then why do we need to follow up? Well, when it comes down to it, when you sell a person that product, your name and your reputation is then connected to that sale. If they don't like it, your name and your reputation is connected to that. If they do like it, again, your name and your reputation is connected to that, but they may not know how to contact you again, or how to give you a referral sale for that matter, or a party for that matter. So you've potentially lost more commission. And when it comes down to it, it's our business. If they like it, they're going to want to try other products. They're going to host a party. They could buy more products. They could refer you to another customer, and you could potentially lose all of that if you don't follow up with them. Yeah, if we follow up with them and they say we don't like it, we could lose commission that way too. But think of the possibilities if they do like it. And most of the time, 1 out of 10 people who I sell to maybe isn't going to like it. So, and like I said, I'm guilty of this as well for not following up. That's 9 people, 9 potential parties that I could possibly lose, 9 potential extra commission from other products that they may get, or another mascara that they need to get later on that I could potentially lose. Not to mention, when you follow up with them and you ask them how are they doing, even if they don't like it, how are you doing? Do you like it? Do you don't like it? If you don't like it, let me work with you. If you still don't like it, let me get you a refund. That develops a respect for you. Okay, great. She's going to work with me. It develops a loyalty to you. So if another unique presenter comes up to them and says, say at a booth, they can, go, oh no, I'm going to have to get back to my lady that I buy from. They're going to develop that loyalty to you, even if the product is sitting right there in front of them and you have to order it, or they have to order from your website. Their loyalty is going to be to you because you have taken the time to develop that relationship with them. You've taken that time to develop that follow-up with them. The other thing when you follow up, if you follow up with friends or family, friends and family don't want to hurt our feelings. I actually just had this in a buy and sell group the other day. A lady was selling her mascara that she had just bought from a friend. The friend did not live here. She lived in another state. She did not like the mascara. She did not want to hurt the friend's feelings by returning it, by contacting her and say, I don't like it. So she wasn't even contacting her. It had been 5 or 6 days, and honestly, the presenter probably should have, followed up with her customer at that point in time. She did not. The lady was not happy. And when I responded to her on the buy and sell group, I said, look, did you know that there's a 100% money back guarantee? And she flat out said, I don't want to hurt my friend's feelings. So if you do follow up, when you do follow up with friends and family, make sure that you stress to them, look, it's not going to hurt my feelings. I want you to be 100% honest with me. Do you like it? Do you not like it? Because if you're not honest with me, if you don't tell me your concerns, I'm not going to be able to help any other customers with that. So it is very, 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 very important that you let them know that. Because when it comes down to it, if you don't fix their concerns, someone else will. Or they're just going to badmouth your product. Neither one of it is right, because it's your sale. You've worked hard for it. You should reap the benefits of that sale. When it basically comes down to it, nuts and bolts, bare bones, don't be scared of the no's and the dislikes and the concerns and the maybes. Everyone's going to be different. Everyone's going to have different skin. Everyone's going to have different likes, different dislikes. Everybody is entirely different in this world. And when it comes down to it, we can't please everybody. Most people are going to like our stuff. The only thing you can keep doing is keep talking, keep moving forward, because when it comes down to it, every single customer, whether they buy or not, brings you one step closer to success. Even if they don't buy, even if they don't like it, if you followed up with them, if you've addressed their concerns, they're going to remember that. And they're going to remember that for that friend that maybe would like your product. or if a new product launch comes out and it's a product that they've been looking forward to, they're going to sit up, they're going to take notice. So that's kind of the basics that I have tonight. I'll kind of open it up to questions here a little bit. There we go. So if you have any questions, go ahead and comment in the comment area over there. If you don't have any, we'll just kind of end it for tonight as well. If you even have any questions about the launch party that's coming up, go ahead and comment, ask any questions as well. One of the things that I will stress to you about the launch party tonight, or it's on Saturday, is make sure that you private message anybody that you have invited and say, hey, we're doing an event. I know Holly's got it all set up for you guys to do. One of the things that actually happened to me tonight is I waited to message my ladies. I think I had 7 people who hit going, and when I messaged tonight, I had close to 15 people hit going within the first 5 minutes after messaging them. And then I had another 2 hit maybe, and a couple messaged me back saying that they could not make it. So if you have not already messaged your people for the launch party and reminded them that there's an event going to hit going, make sure you do that. So if there's no other questions, or if there's nothing that really sticks out, we'll go ahead and end this for tonight. I hope this helped you guys a little bit and helped answer, or helped you answer some of your customers' questions and maybe how to deal with them a little bit better. So have fun, ladies. Love you and have a good night.